and blood of Christ were actors, philosophers, and warriors. They all came for one thing: to drink the kykeon and see the truth. Plato went, Aristotle went, so did Sophocles. Cicero drank the kykeon, so did Commodus, Hadrian, and Marcus Aurelius. They never wrote about what they saw, not specifically, but they all said the same thing. The experience changed them forever. It revealed the secret of death and showed them their place in the cosmos. For centuries, nobody knew what was in the kykeon, or kykeon. Then in 1978, researchers cracked the code. The drink contained ergot, a fungus that grows on grain, specifically rye. Ergot contains lysergic acid amide, another psychedelic, natural LSD. The Greeks weren't alone. The Aztecs had a word for mushrooms: teonanacatl. It means flesh of the gods. They used psilocybin mexicana in religious ceremonies. Spanish conquistadors witnessed these rituals in the 1500s, and what they saw terrified them. Indigenous people eating mushrooms and speaking directly to their gods. No priests, no intermediaries, just direct divine contact. The Spanish destroyed every mushroom temple they found, burned every codex that mentioned them, made mushroom use punishable by death, but they couldn't destroy everything. The Mazatec people of Oaxaca kept the mushroom ceremonies alive, hidden in mountain caves, passed down through generations of healers. For 400 years, they protected this knowledge. And this wasn't just the Americas. Vedic texts from ancient India describe soma, a divine plant that granted immortality and wisdom. Scholars debated what soma was for decades. Then R. Gordon Wasson made a connection. The descriptions matched Amanita muscaria, the red and white mushrooms that are in all the fairy tales. Siberian shamans used the same mushroom. They fed it to reindeer, then drank the reindeer's urine. The reindeer's body filtered out the toxins, but kept the psychoactive compounds. Shamans could fly across the sky and visit other worlds, all powered by reindeer pee. Even the Bible might contain mushroom references. Moses met God at a burning bush. The bush was probably acacia. Acacia contains DMT. When burned and inhaled, DMT produces visions that last about 15 minutes, exactly how long Moses spoke with God. The manna that fed the Israelites in the desert, it appeared overnight. It had to be collected before sunrise. It gave people visions. This is how mushrooms operate. John Marco Allegro was a Dead Sea Scrolls scholar. He proposed that early Christianity was a mushroom cult, that the Last Supper wasn't bread and wine, it was mushrooms. The body and blood of Christ were actually the cap and stem of Amanita muscaria. The Vatican destroyed Allegro's career for that theory. Every civilization throughout history knew the power of mushrooms, and every authority that rose to power tried to destroy that secret knowledge. They almost succeeded. But in 1957, Life magazine published an article that reached 6 million Americans. The headline read, "Seeking the Magic Mushroom." And now the secret was out. R. Gordon Wasson was a banker, vice president at JP Morgan. Not the kind of person you'd expect to resurrect ancient mushroom knowledge. But in 1955, Wasson and his wife Valentina traveled to Oaxaca, Mexico. They heard rumors about mushroom ceremonies, sacred rituals that survived the Spanish conquest. They found Maria Sabina. She was a Mazatec healer, a curandera. For generations, her family had protected the mushrooms' traditions. She rarely allowed outsiders into the ceremonies, but something about the Wassons made her break that rule. On June 29, 1955, Wasson became the first known white person to participate in a mushroom ceremony. Maria Sabina served them psilocybin mexicana on a leaf. She chanted in Mazatec. The room was filled with incense. Then the visions began. Wasson saw geometric patterns, palaces made of light. He felt his soul leave his body. He understood for the first time what the word ecstasy actually meant. Not happiness, but standing outside yourself, seeing reality from a perspective that normal consciousness just doesn't allow. The experience lasted 6 hours, but it changed Wasson forever. 2 years later, Life magazine published his account, Seeking the Magic Mushroom. It hit newsstands on May 13, 1957. 6 million Americans read about mushrooms that could expand consciousness, show them God, reveal secrets about life, the universe, and their place in it. The psychedelic revolution had begun. Timothy Leary read that article. So did Richard Alpert. They started the Harvard Psilocybin Project in 1960. They gave mushrooms to graduate students, prisoners, divinity students. Everyone reported profound experiences, life-changing revelations. Then came the Good Friday experiment. On April 20th, 1962, 20 divinity students gathered in Boston University's Marsh Chapel. Half received psilocybin, half got placebos. The results were undeniable. 9 of 10 students who took psilocybin reported mystical experiences. They felt unity with all existence, direct contact with the divine. Time dissolved. The boundaries between self and universe disappeared. 25 years later, researchers tracked down those students. They still ranked that Good Friday as one of the most spiritually significant experiences of their lives. But the establishment panicked. By 1968, psilocybin was illegal. Research stopped. The mushroom renaissance seemed over. It wasn't. Underground therapists kept using psilocybin. They treated depression, addiction, PTSD. They just couldn't publish their results. Then in 2006, Johns Hopkins published the first legal psilocybin study in 40 years. The results shocked the medical establishment. A single dose of psilocybin created lasting positive personality changes. People became more open, more creative, more connected. By 2018, the FDA designated psilocybin as a breakthrough therapy for depression. Studies showed 70% remission rates. Compare that to 30% for standard antidepressants, which come with all kinds of side effects. Terminal cancer patients lost their fear of death after one session. Addiction rates plummeted. PTSD symptoms vanished. The mushrooms that transformed consciousness 100,000 years ago were transforming it again.